Okay, let's take a minute and we're going to go over some details of the some of the folders in the T.A.V toolkit. Now, what you're going to realize is that this is where we come into step 3, which is the T.A.V website prep. And what the website prep does, these are the steps that we're going to use to actually set up our projects. Okay, and what I mean by that is that before we build out the website, we need to make sure we've got things documented, right? We need to make sure we've got things, we've transferred our ideas to paper, we've created our goals, right? And we have our goals on paper. And now what we're ready to do is to shape that into some type of wealth building strategy, right? Well, what I'm going to give you are documented and visual Let me give you a documented walkthrough of that process, okay? I'll give you a video as well if you want to watch the video. But for the most part, there's a website prep checklist. And once you download that checklist, there's a mind map as well. Once you download that checklist, what you're going to get basically is the same thing. How to go ahead and download the starter kit. And then, creating the folder structure. This here is the initial, like I stated in an earlier video. When I first started this, I wasn't planning on giving resources to free members, but I've since changed that. So when I first started, I had already created the T.A.V starter kit. So here's a folder hierarchy example here that I put in the instructions for you to follow that are a little bit different than what I have with the welcome kit. Okay. Either way, if you choose to, you're going to end up with the folder hierarchy where you store your files. Now, the cool thing about the walkthrough, this web prep checklist, is that it takes you through everything, right? It takes you through setting up the folder hierarchy, preparing your documents, your spreadsheet. And again, what I suggest, always create. So anytime you start a new website project, create a new Gmail account that you can associate with that website project. Because again, what you want to be able to do, you don't want to get into the habit of trying to use one account for all of your projects. I suggest you just have a separate Gmail address for that. And then I'm gonna take you through the process of how to fill out how to complete the website management spreadsheet. This again, PayPal information, all of your passwords, your website info. This is the spreadsheet that you would do that, because I'm going to show you there's a ton of data that you're going to need just to set up one website. All right, it's not as easy as you think. So check this out. Let me go ahead and open this up. Let's start with the project management spreadsheet. This one is kind of simple, right? Because what it does is it mirrors the information that you would need when you're setting up a new project. So if you go here and you look at projects, right, it's going to ask you for project title. That's what this is. Project status, right? You got to select whether or not that status is in progress, in review, or plan, whatever. And so in most cases, since you're just starting, it's just going to be something that you are planning or whatever. And the start date, end date, all this information here is what you're going to either pull from here. So it's up to you to decide if you want to create the project here first. Once you have your goals defined, you kind of have an idea of what you want to build, or you want to come here and build the project first. Okay, either way, what you want to do is use this spreadsheet to track all of your projects, right? And the same thing for your wiki articles, and the same thing for your blog posts. Okay, it's got the same when you get ready to create a wiki, everything's the same thing, right? Wikis are kind of straightforward, and like I said, my suggestion is that you just use videos. The more people watching your visiting your wiki and your videos, ultimately could lead to more traffic, which could lead to more monetization. You see what I'm saying? Always use video, and it's cool to have the text-based content there as well. But again, for people who may not like the video, like for me, people may not like the way I talk, so or the way I sound or whatever. So I give you options. Most of my videos, I don't even have the instruction videos. I don't talk on. Like I said, I just use the music and give you the little words to kind of guide you along. All right. Now let's take a look at this sample management spreadsheet. This is a bad boy here. Okay, I use this for every website that I create. All right, so like anytime I create a project, a website project, let me show you. I start from the top. I get the project owner, website info, my web colors, you know, MySQL information, and you're going to do the same thing. What you're going to basically end up doing is using this to create your the account information for your website. Okay, PayPal info, Stripe info. You know, you're going to need your keys with the PayPal. You're going to need merchant ID, API username. You've got the website information, your WordPress primary WordPress admin account. You need to have a backup account. Any email addresses that you create for your website, your Gmail account. Again, you need to create a Gmail account, a YouTube account, right? I mean, those are together. I'm sorry. When you create the Gmail account, you need a YouTube account, but you need to track that URL. For some reason, I track my user ID and channel ID as well. Your playlist, when you're ready to create your playlist, you definitely want to have that information tracked as well. The YouTube API key, your Google Map keys, all of your Google Map keys. Okay, your Google reCAPTCHA keys. You need Google Search, Google Analytics, just in case you need any of this stuff. This is where you will track. This is where you will keep that information. Even your Firebase account info, Dropbox, Twitter. You need Twitter API, Instagram API, Pinterest API, LinkedIn API, Facebook. I don't too much fuck with Facebook, but that's just me, and that means I don't do a whole lot with Instagram as well. But that's up to you. I just want to make sure that you've got the information, a place where you can save all of your information. Okay, so for every website that you create, you're going to create a spreadsheet. So like this is the main site. This is the first one you're going to create, right? Well, what you do when you want to create another website, just come here and go ahead and just do a copy, right? Copy that and then just paste it over. So you can do like a Control-C, right? And then take that information over here to the next website and then just do a Control-V, right? And then you want to name it, your business name and the website project name, and then kind of like go from there. You see what I'm saying? So that's the web prep. Because now, once you have this information here ready, guess what? You're ready to go and build your website. Think about it. And that's what the list is going to do. It's going to walk you all the way through this process here to ensure that you've got everything that you need, right? You've got all of your API info, whatever. Now, what are your projects? It's going to take you through the project management spreadsheet. A paid member has a good idea. They want to launch it within the American veteran. This is this new idea is for a new brand or product, right? And you have some steps that you're going to follow, right? So it tells you how to go into each of the spreadsheets and then how to actually set up that project management spreadsheet. It's up to you what order you do it in, but just just know that you've got that information there to help guide you along. All right, that way you're not kind of like shooting in the dark. Let me see. That's it for the starter kit, because at this point we're ready to you're ready to start. You're ready to actually set up your website. All right. All right.